The following may contain mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Death Needs Dialogue Entertainment Network. This is The Depths of Fel'Than, Episode 16. Love, Riddles, and Smooth Skin, Part B. As the door opens, you guys lock eyes. You can see Geillis back in behind bars, and you can see Erilon at the kiosk.
I hollered to him.
So what do you say?
What's her name?
He just looks.
The door shuts.
And he just he furrows his brow, and then you can see a cold sweat just roll down the side of his forehead. And just a shiver runs up his spine, and he just has so many questions running through his head. And then he just takes a deep breath, looks to the dragonborn at the kiosk, and she can just see this just burning fixation right on her, and just a frown on his face. He just takes a breath, looks up, and puts his hands on the counter, just shakily points to the door. What is she doing in here?
The guard that was in there walks up beside and he says, "Well, just calm down there, fella.
She's pregnant."
Oh, I see that. Doesn't mean she can't just go around breaking the law.
What did she do?
Well, she was...
Tell me what she did, please.
Well, if you'd shut up and let me speak.
She ran for a swim.
She was caught trespassing.
Trespass?
In the gardens, no less.
In the gardens? What?
Is everybody stupid around here today?
Outside the Dadrill's college? He looks really concerned.
The gardens are around there, aye.
What did she do? She trespassed?
She went for a swim.
Was anybody hurt?
No.
She went for a swim. She's in jail for a swim.
Aye. There's a temporary time we get to hold anybody. Let them cool off a bit.
You need to release her.
Why?
You just need to. I can't. She can't be in here.
Well, if you're willing to pay the fine, I'll be more than happy to release her.
What's the fine?
Well, there was 2 of them that were arrested.
2?
Aye, 2 of them. Her caretaker, I presume. The old woman.
Old woman. She a dwarf?
Aye.
Just his eyes light up. How much for both of their fines? He just looks incredibly...
He looks over at
disturbed.
The dragonborn behind the desk, and she immediately has a piece of paper with the fine on it. He looks at it and he says, "It'll be about 400 gold.
400 gold? Just a trespassing law that we were not aware of? That's incredulous. That's ridiculous.
They were well aware.
Is there any easement that can be made just for this matter? Is it just one time, not a full excuse, but just an easement?
Aye. 400 gold. Roll persuasion.
You can plead insanity.
That is the easy.
You're not wrong. Nope.
No?
3 on the dice.
3 on the dice?
It's a total of 7.
Okay. So,
Don't leave me there.
he looks at it, he's like, "No. It'll be 400 gold to get them out."
Leave Nonny. Just take me.
Goodness.
She's having a nap. She'll be fine. You can hear like slight rattling back there. I'm like rattling on the bars, hollering for him, but he can't hear my voice through the door.
I'd say you can hear a little bit of rattling anyway.
Yeah.
She's very serious about it.
So Erilon's just clearly shaken. And he just looks to the guard and he just says, "I'll be back." And he just turns around and he doesn't have enough money on him at the moment. He just doesn't. Not even 200. Not even 200. He just doesn't. And he just opens the door and you can see just like the guard just would probably see just a vein in his arm as he just resists the urge to slam the door on his way out.
Roll perception
Perception.
as you're walking out.
Oh, that's better. That's 19.
19. Okay, as you're walking out, you can see the guard that you were speaking to kind of nod in a direction somewhere in the room towards somebody. You kind of look and you can see there's guards just kind of periodically on the wall, just standing there. And he nods to one of them and you leave, and shortly after that the door opens again. You can hear it as you have already made the turn down, but the door behind you does open and close again.
I look back as their guard coming out. I just cast a glance over my shoulder.
No, he just doesn't appear to show himself around the turn.
Okay. But I did hear the door.
Yep.
Alright, well, Erilon will just... What he'll do, Is there another corner?
Yeah, there was a left-hand turn and a right-hand turn. You're back on district number 2.
Gotcha, okay. And what he's going to do, he gets down to the street level, I guess you could say.
Yep,
and
street level.
he'll kind of get into the crowd, and he'll just pull his hood down. Okay, pulls his hood down so it's kind of off blonde hair at his shoulders.
Tannith?
Yep.
You see Erilon.
What's he doing this time?
So he just kind of makes a beeline to Tannith. We got a problem.
Another one? Really?
Yeah. Turns out Nonny and Geillis are in jail for trespassing, and their fine is 400 gold to release both of them. And the absolute muttons of guards up there, those meathead sons of... You just see him ball his fists for a moment and just shake. He takes a deep breath. They won't let her out because Geillis took a swim, and the Bedadrill's College of...
Okay, step one.
You can hear
I
three
can't
people.
believe I'm saying this. You need to calm down.
It's very heated over here.
Anger is my thing. You need to calm down.
It took all my strength not to punch them in the face. I
Like
wanted
I
to
said,
break their
anger
noses.
is my thing. You're supposed to be the level-headed one. Do your breathing thing and calm down.
You can
You're
see
not
him.
being logical.
You can see him just go through a minor, just a stretch, and centers himself, breathes. I don't have enough money to free even one of them.
You said it was 400 for both?
For both of them, yes, in total.
How much you got?
Nearly, I'm basically 8 gold off, if not something like that.
You were 8 gold off?
8 gold off.
Of 200?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant 400. I'm like, and you left me there?
So
Okay.
it was a numbers game. The way the guard was, he was too angry. He didn't think.
We need both of them, logically. And since we're law-abiding citizens at this time...
That they know of.
Allegedly.
I'll do a quick bit of counting, and I'll throw a bag of 208 gold at your face. Go get them.
Takes it. He just nods. And he goes back up to the guard kiosk / little outpost that they got going. And he looks, is there a guard outside now?
As you're walking back in, you can you walk by a guard. He doesn't look at you.
Pauses. Erilon pauses at the door and just takes a deep breath in. He opens the door, and he gets with the desks. It's not even 15 minutes has gone by, possibly.
Oh, I would say about 2 minutes has gone by.
Yeah, so same Dragonborn.
Yeah, the guy's still at back turn talking to the salamander dragonborn there, and you walk up on them and he's like, "So have you made your sorry, wrong voice.
Wrong
So
place.
have you made your sacrifice for your wishes to Fel'Than this year?" And then you come up. As the salamander begins to speak, and she stops and she gestures towards you.
I've made a sacrifice, all right. He doles out all of his money, basically, as well as the sack of 208 gold.
I love how it's all the rest of the money, so there's definitely copper and silver and change. It's just like emptying your entire... That's awesome.
I actually had 192 flat gold coins.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, the rest
I always
is
have change, though.
negligible. So he kind of rests that bag and his little sack on the counter. And he just got a death grip on both of them, and he lets them go. 400 gold for the release of both prisoners. That was the intended deal. That was the easement for their release.
Well, that wasn't so hard now.
He holds out his hand and just apologizes. He says, I care for her deeply.
Oh,
So,
well,
apologies if I...
he takes both bags in his hand and passes them to the Dragonborn. He says, well, don't let me get in the way of such love. He walks over to the door and he
Probably thinks you're my husband.
Or at least the father of your child.
His eyes kind of dart
Dun,
back
dun,
and forth
dun.
with a furrowed brow. He just shakes it off, and so is he going back into the...
he goes back into the door. Geillis, you guys can see it 2 minutes later. The guard comes back. You just finished rattling on the just kind of
There's
just
like
finished.
sweat running down, panting from like shaking the bars as hard as I could.
He goes up and he puts the key in the bars. It opens up and says, "Your friend out there has paid for your release."
Nonny, wake up!
And without even a word, she just kind of stands up, looks around, and smiles, shrugs her shoulders, and walks out like she owns the place. As you walk out, he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "Think about going to mountain excursions. If you need some air, it's the place to go. And you'll make some coin for the next time I see you."
She smiles and just beelines it for everyone.
Go for a swim.
Snap into a Slim Jim!
All right, you guys are in the main lobby. Erilon is there. You can see that he also is like sweaty in the face. His pulse is just boom, 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 boom,
Elves
boom,
have a
boom.
problem with their tempers.
He had heart palpitations. Just
After working a shift in the mine this morning too, so he's already probably.
So you probably hear that from like a couple of buildings over. He's perking in here. What the
he
hell
had
is
to
that?
put on some of that perfume.
That's right. That's right.
Just to cover up the scent. So he sees Geillis and he just kind of wipes himself down and just holds his hands behind his own head and just walks over to her and puts a hand around her and just kind of ushers her out. And
I go with no question.
Both roll perception.
Perception
19.
21.
21. Okay, you're both.
19. Sorry.
Good. As you guys are walking out, you get close to the door. You can hear the other door shut from the cells, and you can hear the guard say, "Oh, would you look at that? Held there in love." And then
You would see Erilon just cast a glance back over their shoulder,
you can see that both of them are just kind of smiling, this nice, polite little smile at you,
and he is
quiet.
casting a glare back at them. So just complete
Focus
stink
on
eye. And he just
Care about her deeply. Death glare when it mentioned love.
so she exits with Erilon, and Nonny's kind of in tow as well, I would suppose, or she's already
She's
out.
leading the
She's
pack.
already out.
She's gone already.
She's gone
Yeah,
already.
Tannith,
She's an
Nonny
escape
comes
artist.
out, and she
Doesn't even say anything, just walks right by.
Like she does.
So
I feel like I'm
As
not getting
expected.
away quite so easy.
Erilon will, just keep her in tow.
A firm hand.
And he looks at her and just says, "What were you thinking?"
I don't. I just thought maybe the water would bring me some comfort of some sort.
You recall that garden said that it was forbidden to go into the waters.
But there was just something about it. It was luring me to it.
Obviously, but at the same time, if they say you
Don't
can't
do it
do
in the
it,
middle of the afternoon.
you have to abide by that. We're supposed to be following the rules. He does with one hand. Following the rules, just kind of bunny ears gesture. And he just says, don't do anything like that again. Please.
My wallet can't take it.
Both my heart and, frankly, my wallet cannot take it.
Your heart, she says, and quirks an eyebrow.
Pregnancy is
Clean.
The extenuation of one's lineage is important to elven society.
Geillis rolls her eyes. The extension of my lineage hasn't been of much concern, considering the firstborn is still not been obtained.
That is yet to be beheld, but regardless, I'm just happy that you're not in any ill condition.
And on that note, I'd like to go hunting.
He just furrows his brow and just says, no.
Well, you can't tell me I can't.
He just gently pokes the belly. Just gently.
She just kind of fumes a little under her breath.
That would say otherwise.
Are you saying a woman can't do things?
No, I'm saying a pregnant woman shouldn't do things.
Well, if she hadn't done things, she wouldn't be pregnant, would she? She kind of trots further away.
Erilon just kind of like lets go for a moment and just kind of lets her get a few steps ahead and catches up.
She uses a dash action to get a little bit further.
I love how this looks because Delkek, his eyes looking in right now to this this social interaction. Delkek, you are in this smoke shop.
Yep.
Gerd's smoke shop.
Gerd. Okay.
Um,
That's some Gerd smirk.
On this fairly tinted brownish window, you don't know if it's just tint or just actually
Tobacco.
years of tobacco smoking. There's some
Draw in it with your finger.
oh gross.
Oh.
I never wash your face.
I was gonna say that. I would never get my talons clean again. No, thank you. Prestidigitation.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, I do.
Still doesn't get it clean.
Charge for the square foot, you would make a killing of that stuff.
It goes from like chocolate brown to like espresso brown.
Yeah, I cast it 4 times on the one spot. This isn't the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser.
Really good. You pick up one of the pipes and you're kind of looking at it, but you're really just looking out on the street on all the players you've been told to keep an eye on and figure things out. And you see them. You see this happening
Dynamic
before you.
duo.
This too. It seems to be like some sort of lover spat or something.
Right in the street.
That's what it appears to be in everything. And you can see them run up towards Tannith and then group together, and this old woman kind of run off in one direction, and then she appears back again with Tannith with this other dragonborn, and now we're back with you guys.
Well, that situation's been resolved,
Yes.
thankfully.
I don't ask how much it cost.
You don't want to know.
No.
All you know is he owes me a lot of money now.
Erilon just kind of looks up to the would-be ceiling. Yes, that's all he says.
Don't worry, I won't make you
Technically,
pay it
you
back
only
all
cared
at
about
once.
8 gold of that.
we did split it. So
So who gets who?
He owes me 8 gold.
Tannith clearly keeps Nonny.
She does whatever she wants. I'm not going to try and stop her.
Jeez.
But she's the cook.
What was that place called? The Mountain Excursion?
Mountain excursions, yeah. You know, you've seen it before. It's it's a shop down in the 1st district. You guys are right now on the 2nd district, I believe.
Perfect. Let's stop on our way home.
So, you guys heading back down?
Just so you know, the place is a shit show.
The house?
Yeah.
it got broken
What did you do
into.
to the house?
I didn't do a thing.
What?
You were there.
Was it?
She was a
Oh,
wolf
right, I
one,
had
though,
the
for most of it.
fireplace poker.
Yeah, the
But
whole
you didn't let
thing.
me use it.
No,
No, I
Nonny
didn't.
No.
Nonny cut that right
I
off.
thought that was excellent
Nonny
roleplay, by the way, with that, guys. I love stuff
Nonny
like
wasn't
that.
putting
That's
up
so
with your
good.
shit.
No.
So you guys start heading back down?
Right.
Alright, Delta, you see them beginning to leave. And from behind you, you can hear this old rocking chair kind of creak and this voice. Can I interest you with something?
Just looking for now. Just with the holidays upon me, I unfortunately lost my coin purse. But I was looking for a gift for a dear friend down at the manse.
Wonderful. No coin. No, I can't help you if you got one. No, don't have any coin.
Yeah, as I said, sir, just looking for now. I'll be back at a later date.
And just with that, he kind of, as awkwardly as he can, he just kind of hunches himself back out the door.
Then you head back out?
Yep.
Alright, you guys head back down to District Number 1.
Do we pass a building called Mountain Excursions?
Mountain Excursions.
How are you getting out of the district?
We'll get there, I'm sure.
Going down doesn't cost anything.
Well,
Thieves.
He had a
No,
cloak.
but he does have to go by guards to do it.
Yeah.
He had a cloak, now he doesn't.
True.
A lot. He's got literally no gold.
Yep.
Maybe one dagger left.
I've got a dagger, and because of the way that it was, I'd have my rapier, but like everything else was tucked into my cloak, like my short bow and my quiver and stuff. So yeah, I'm hurting for equipment.
Yeah, that was a wonderful set of rolls, though. Good luck for that.
That was so much fun, though. Jeez.
As
You
we're
guys-
as we're walking, Tannith is just doing a quick check. Okay, we've got a crazy old dwarf lady, lover's quarrel over here. We're missing some people. Where's what's his face with the human dude?
Frank.
Ravim?
Yeah, that guy.
Where's Frank too?
Who?
Frank.
Frank is with Ravim, wherever you guys think they are.
I have no idea where they are.
Speaking of that,
I say that aloud. Where's Frank?
and then we kind of fade away. You guys walking through the stairs. Ravim, after about another hour and 15 minutes of minor details of this and that, and slight color changes, maybe a switch from satin to silk. You're not quite set on that exactly, but you leave that particular place and expect to see people, but Frank is the only one there, and he says, "Well, it happened again."
We need leashes for these people.
Well, this is the place of magic. Perhaps that I can't remember his name now. Something with the hands, but that guy, the magic shop we went to. Perhaps he's got something. I heard people have these stones. You can send messages to people. That's something, anyway.
That's a possibility. I was thinking something a little more drastic, but
You mean like a lasso?
Tie us up.
Leash backpack.
Hogtied.
I got a leash backpack.
Well, we can get a few of those down in Telkin's man supply on the way home.
You wouldn't tie up a pregnant woman or an old lady. Would you?
You just see him just kind of staring. Would you?
depends on the day.
At the same time?
And how much gold you're being given to do it.
This is the wrong kind of dungeon crawl, my friend.
Where, when, and how much?
750 gold, third trimester, go.
Just waiting outside, look at the calendar, like, second trimester, third, go.
It's late term, it's fine.
Look at that. I knew I did something like that. I've actually named the districts. I don't know how long ago I did that, but it's here on the.
But now we're stuck with first district, second district.
Now they still have numbers, but they're commonly known as District 1 is commonly known as the Crystal District because of the large crystal ball underneath the fang. The one you're in now is commonly known as the Bedadro District, oddly enough. Right?
I wonder why.
And then there's a few different names. Number 4 is called the Fountain District.
Oh, Bedadro District is District 1?
2.
2, okay.
Yeah. Let's see that. Wrote that down.
Slightly egotistical.
Oh, so we haven't gone down to District 1 yet, technically.
You are on the way there, and we're gonna So on the way there,
Oh, yeah, right. I
You guys
left my hurdy-gurdy with Bedadro's college. I might want to just... It's only been a day, but I probably just... He's got attachment issues.
that's true. Don't
I was
worry.
going to say, you separated from that guy?
Yeah.
We will take care of that once the appropriate time have elapsed.
Yep.
So that's no problem. So Ravim, you guys are outside of Nero's wardrobe. Seem to have most of everything taken care of with the for the belle of the ball.
Yeah, we'll have to speak with her too.
Do you have my dress?
That's right.
Oh.
I got
So is
the
Frank
collection of
carrying
stuff.
all the boxes?
I'll take some of them.
Okay, so Frank and you guys are fitting right in to this crowd. You
Yeah.
guys are holding boxes. You got a little bag with a little. What is that in the box too? Where do you go next?
I'll tell Frank that I did have some business with the magic store outside of the current predicament, but yeah, we'll head up to the magic store.
All right, lead the way.
I can't remember the name of the store, but yeah,
Gerthen's
Enchanted.
Enchanted Hands. Yeah, thank you.
What?
Pay attention now, or they're not going to happen.
Oh, God.
You guys make it. You guys go in. There's a ding on the bell on the door as it goes in. This soft hum, and you enter. You can see Gerthen's there. There's a lineup of 2 different people, and you can see he deals with them quite easily. He goes to the back and brings out a small box for both of them, and they thank him. They give him some money, and they depart ways.
Anybody care for one of these?
no thanks.
I'm good, thanks.
Good, thank you. And he says, gestures his hand out, these big hands. He says, "Good to see you, Ravim."
Is there a counter I can put the
There's
boxes?
plenty of counter space, plenty.
I'll put them down off to the side. Glad to be back, and hopefully we can do some business.
Perfect time for business.
So I pulled up one of the scrolls that I made up.
Yep, I think you rolled an 18 for the major roll a charisma check or something like that to see how awesome it actually was.
Yeah.
Above and beyond just the normal, just for flavor. So you pass it over to him, and he takes it and he rolls it out, and he reads it, and he says, "The craftsmanship is amazing. You wrote all this. You don't have any underlings doing this for you."
No.
Well, this is great. You wouldn't mind if I test it?
Go for it.
All right, he sets up. He says, "Hey, move out of the way." And he casts something else. Roll. You would know about it. It's a not silent image. What's that? You get the small creature, the invisible creature.
Unseen servant.
Unseen servant. That's it. He casts that, and you can see the small box lifts up and moves over to the back side of the room. And as he reads this spell, you can see the manifestation of ice and the elements drawn from the surrounding area and harden and freeze into a spike. It almost looks more like a stalactite more than anything, the way he's casting it, and the style of his maybe his heritage or something. And it shoots out and hits the box and puts a big hole in the side of it, breaks it open, and the scroll then kind of crystallizes and shatters into ice, and before it hits the ground, it's turned into nothing. And he says, "Well, that was good. That was very good. Now you're saying you want to get into business."
So thinking about making several others of those, and a couple of the other spells. partially for money, partially for a collection of scrolls for spells I may not know, which we could then further replicate if you weren't interested.
You make some scrolls for me and I'll sell them. Let's see where we go from there. Let's see what else you can do for me. How many of these can you get me in a week?
A week? Depending on things that go on, I can guarantee 4. If things are quiet and I can dedicate to that, 7.
You can see him doing calculations in his head. All right, you come back here in a week with those, and I'll sell them. And after that, if that goes well, see what we can do beyond that. Now, what kind of things are you looking for? You said you're looking to know things that you don't know quite yet.
Trying to have a wide variety of options for spells, and buying and trading scrolls I found has been a very beneficial way to achieve such a goal. But I figure we'll start with there, and then if more knowledge needs to be required, we can discuss options and payments.
Well, I'm not one for making scrolls myself, but I do know many in the field. And if these scrolls sell well, I'm sure I can hook you up. I'm sure I can. Yeah, I'm sure I can put you in contact with more than a few of my friends that know more about this than I do.
And I shall be back in a week.
And I wouldn't want your handiwork to go unnoticed. That I know how much effort it goes into making a scroll. He does kind of dole out 50 gold, and he gives it to you. And he says, "I'll see you in a week."
Look forward to doing business with you.
Now, I've also noticed that he pats the boxes of all the things you've purchased. Are you looking to buy any gifts for anybody else? Someone special in your life, perhaps? I have many, many wares, and you get them now before the rush goes.
They might have leashes.
Actually, should I collars in it?
Want some diamonds on them?
He does try and make a few sales. He holds out a pearl of power. He holds it in this little container, and he kind of closes it. And when you're trying to walk out, and he kind of swings his
to be
fancy sword.
Heavy into the magics.
He puts it back down underneath, and he says, "Well, enjoy. I'll see you in a week there, Ravim." And he nods to Frank. And Frank just ends up grabbing all the boxes, and now he's carrying them all.
I think Frank wants to go home.
He's had a day.
And you guys head out of the magic shop, kind of heading a bit back towards the main stairs. Now, Geillis and Nonny and Tannith and Erilon, you guys come out into the first district, the Crystal District. In front of you is the big crystal ball, and you've seen it before. Just down to your left, maybe about 100 feet, is the doorway to the opening to the mountain excursions.
I'm going to try to lead the group that way very unsuspiciously.
Okay.
Suspicious.
Geillis begins to walk away from the group.
I think
Again.
this Erilon just follows her. Erilon's like 3 feet behind you. If that.
Fair, huh?
He's just watching you like a hawk.
So you guys head over to that direction, and mountain excursions is there. You can see there's a big brass sign hanging out front. There's a mountain with a sword across it and a bow and arrow crossing that as well. And there's the door.
Is it open?
It's closed.
I'm going to open it if it's open.
Before she gets to there and opens it, Erilon will kind of step in her way for a moment and just kind of looks her up and down with his finger at his lip. What do you think you're doing?
checking something out.
Oh, I see. You
Doing
want
some shopping.
going above ground is one thing. Where did you caught your eye about this place? Much to the brass sign.
It looks pretty. She feigns
The word excursion.
what's
Deception.
deception with a 14.
Soft 20.
She tries. She does a little like. It's pretty.
Well, no. But what I can do.
I love when you guys commit to the role play. You already have one, right? You just got one.
I got one. Yeah, I got one.
Oh man.
But compromise. I'm concerned for your and the child's safety. Of course, you're already well aware of that.
I cut him off. The last time I checked, you were neither my husband nor these children's father.
No, neither. But that doesn't mean I can't be concerned. So what I suggest
I stopped my foot a little bit, like.
that I come with you.
Yeah, okay.
That was easy.
He just kind of
She
looks.
turns back to the door handle and walks in.
And the shopkeep, if he's at the desk, he would just see this elf like holding out his hands, looking into the shop.
Oh, you
What
guys
just
are outside right now.
She just went in, so the
Yeah,
door's
she's
open.
outside. The door opens. She goes in. The door closes.
So he just kind of, his jaw goes a little bit slack, and he just walks in behind Geillis.
Tannith is there just like, children.
We're like 500 years older than you are.
We live like 10 times longer than you.
I've probably seen more combat than both of you combined.
True.
You guys head into mountain excursions. As you walk into this place, you're caught off guard. It was when the guard told you about it. It was a place to get some work and to go onto the surface, but it just looks like a tavern. Is what it looks like. On the right hand side, there's a large fire pit, only a small fire going on at the moment, and there's tables full of people, and they're dressed in furs, and there's all different kinds: dwarves, dragonborn, some humans, some elves, and they're all carrying these weapons. They seem to be for hunting for the most part. Nothing above and beyond like great axes or anything like that. There's a long bar from one end all the way to the other, and there seems to be 2 or 3 people manning the bar. Or 2 or 3 elves, dragonborn, dwarves.
Upon entering, Tannith's gonna be like, whoa, this is my kind of place.
I stride right over to the bar.
Okay, perfect.
Look for someone who seems like they know what they're doing or are in charge. Yes.
Erilon's just like behind her by a couple scant feet.
Okay, so both you roll perception while you're there. With, I'm gonna say roll a history first, and it might give you something.
8 for me.
8,
15.
15. Okay, both you roll just normal.
That was perception, sorry.
Yeah.
Perception 21.
Oh,
14.
Beelining it.
Kill it.
So, as you guys kind of walk up and approach the bar, there seems to be one person, a dragonborn over here dealing with another customer, and one of the dwarves kind of walk over and they say, "Hey, what do you have?"
An excursion, please.
You have to wait till Kendrick is ready. He's in a meeting right now, but if you'd like to have a seat and wait.
Sure. Do you have any food?
Yeah, of course. What do you want? We have pretty much anything on the menu, and he kind of slips over this leather-bound thing.
What's the first item on the top of the menu?
Meat.
I order that.
Okay.
I'll take a leg of whatever large animal you have.
Now it seems to be mostly meat. You can see different kinds of animals specifically, and it doesn't seem to be the finest of establishments, but it's kind of right up your and Tannith's alley, actually. That kind of, if you could think of medieval tavern food.
Haggis.
Like a meter.
This is like a hunting
I just
field
picture
pretty
medieval times. Just
Yeah, basically, except just on a smaller scale and no lancing in the middle, no jousting in the middle.
And I say, do you have any potatoes and sticks?
Kind of looks at you and he says, "Honey, this isn't the place for that."
Any kind of potatoes at all?
Oh, yeah, we got potatoes.
Okay, can you add about 4 or 5 on the side?
Right? We can do that.
Okay, and I turn around and look for a table.
Okay, so as you guys are there, just you make the order, and he kind of
Steak
he
and
goes
potatoes.
over to you and begins to talk. And what do you have, sir?
I'm just going to get a flagon of water. Possible, nothing.
Water.
Water.
A bunch of lime.
He just nods.
He's too straight-laced, that one.
And then on the other side of Geillis, you can see it right off as he turns around and he says, "Well, I know that voice." He turns around and looks at you. He said, "I thought as much. Those are a little bit bigger, though."
Is it,
Deximus?
No. Yeah, Deximus.
Deximus.
Deximus. What? Fancy seeing you here.
Erilon heard what he said. He's like, "What? Oh, hi, Deximus."
I'm assuming Deximus is one of the characters that I've missed.
Deximus was,
I flashed him for a free bath that I still paid for.
God.
yeah,
Long before
Okay. Long time
I was
ago.
it's been a while.
visually pregnant.
The last time you guys were outside. Yeah. And
I walk over and just wrap my arms around and give him a big old hug.
he hugs you back, and you can see his eyes kind of go wide, Erilon, as he's kind of hugging her, and it's way more of her than there was last time. And then they really kind of look at you, just for a moment longer than maybe they should have. And
Erilon shrugs.
and
You're
you guys release, and he's like, "Oh, you've grown."
Aye. She just kind of grins.
And
Pulls up a chair beside him and sits down.
he's sitting at the bar.
Okay.
Yep.
Just drag a stool over then. Struggles to get on the stool.
The funniest bit is that his entire thing is just entirely platonic because he's just concerned for the kid, but everybody else reads it as just like
So yeah, he sits there, and I didn't expect to see you guys here.
Well, I'm hoping to do a little adventuring. A little excursion.
I've been on a few already.
How were they? How's the out?
Ah,
I mean, you know.
it's the mountains. It's cold. There's not too much game up there, but they pay you, win or lose.
How long till the next one, do you know?
I don't know. I'm not taking the next one. I've made enough. I'm gonna take some time into the city this time. Thought I'd have enough to make it through, but prices have gone up since the last time I've been here.
I haven't paid for anything in a while. She mutters, realizing that she hasn't.
Erilon's taking a drink of his water. He scoffs.
Right, you have no money. That's why you're getting water.
Well, he has 6 gold left in Electrum. That's about it.
Perfect. You're paying for my steak and 5 potatoes.
It doesn't take long for the food to get there. If you guys are gonna eat it right there at the bar,
Yeah, she just starts shoveling it in like any man in the place.
it is all meat. There's some potatoes, but it is mostly that. And it's made pretty well. It smells pretty good, but
And for elves who don't normally eat meat, she's shoveling it back.
yeah, it's a scene.
It's more me that just doesn't eat meat.
No, I think my village wasn't huge on meat either, but as of late,
Whereas Tannith is just going to town.
Tannith, did you order as well?
I ordered a large roast beast leg of some kind.
All right, so and you guys are just gonna make camp at the bar?
Might as well.
Okay, so you
We're
guys
here.
are
There's places to sit.
literally taking up half the bar with all the food that you've ordered.
I just ordered
And-
one leg. I'm restraining myself this time.
Okay, there you
I'm not.
go. All right.
It's more like an amusingly watching Geillis.
I'm oblivious. I'm just like
Erilon
dips
takes
it in
out
sauce every now and then.
Erilon takes out a piece of hardtack from his rations and puts it in the cup of water. Just lets it soften
As he
up.
opens his mouth to put it in, Geillis pops in a chunk of potato.
Deximus kind of takes a break and he elbows you and he says, "If you're looking to go out, that guy over there, go talk to him."
Thank you. I will.
He points to Dragonborn, more so on the Tannith side of Dragonborn, over there sitting at a rather large table.
I just hop off my stool and head that way.
Okay.
Erilon.
Unconcerned with the fact that I haven't paid for my meal.
Oh, not
Or
yet.
that this man is probably twice my size.
Yeah, he's equal on Tannith's size. Maybe even a little wider.
That's
Maybe.
impressive.
Maybe. But it's just because Tannith has been, on the wayside.
Active.
Not in a kind of unactive duty kind of thing. Sitting on a wagon for a really long time.
Desk duty.
Erilon's right
I've
there
been
in
in
tow with
reserve for a
Geillis.
while.
Yeah, there you go.
Long-term
So-
assignment.
You walk up to him. He's the only person sitting there, and you can see papers on the table, as well with some food, a big flank of flesh. And he kind of looks up, and with all of his mass and everything, he's got these dainty pair of glasses.
Do I have a cloak on?
Do you have a cloak on?
Nonny might have given you one of her shawls in
Probably.
jail.
I kind of pull it around me to kind of hide this.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's starting to stick out a little bit.
you're in there.
Especially with two of them. Disadvantage? So that was deception. It's a whopping 8.
Okay.
Covers one side.
Okay.
One bill.
So you approach. He kind of looks up. He lifts up the glasses a little bit, and you can see him kind of squint, put them back down, and he says, "You looking to go outside?"
Yes.
He slides a piece of paper over in an inkwell. Says, "Fill this out."
Very well.
Erilon kind of saunters on over. Well, he has sauntered over. He just says, I'm looking to also accompany her as well.
Takes off his glasses, puts them back on, slides pieces of parchment over. Says, "Fill this out." It just says a name, next of kin.
She writes Erilon for next time.
All those kind of details. Mainly depending if you're gonna die.
If you die, who are we telling you're dead?
Yeah, he writes down the name of his parents back in Delron. No, this is Delron. The place. Wait, Delron's the middle one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's where you
Yeah,
send
maybe.
the stuff back.
Geillis peeks at his paper and writes the same name beside
Oh.
Erilon's for next to him, just in case.
That's weird.
Wrote down my parents' names.
Yeah, just in case. I don't even know your parents, but
Roll confusion.
I somehow don't notice that.
Nice.
Good job.
He doesn't
I
notice
mean,
it.
I guess I could have put Rose, but
Should have put.
I don't know if she's dead or alive at this point.
You don't. You guys, yeah, it's true. So you fill out the papers. Yeah, you pass them back, and he says, "Check on the board. You look over there. And put your name down.
Okay.
Go away."
Thank you.
sound
Go away.
old.
He is old. He is old. More, when I say thicker, maybe,
Chunky.
yeah, on that kind of borderline. Like he's been a huge tank, and now he's just all that tankness.
He's guru.
He's drank far too many pints of ale.
Think like Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles.
Melted
He's
Mr.
really-
Incredible.
Really buff, and now he's just at an office job, fat.
Yeah.
But he can still pack a wallop. Like,
You guys
Like any
go.
retired strongman.
yes.
So you guys go over to the board. Yeah, the board basically has a few postings for different animals, like anybody who wants a custom animal. Honestly, if you see one particular posting for the largest beast contest, and whoever gets the largest, most rare beast will be honored and be invited to the ball where that beast will be cooked for the people around. That's
Erilon,
one of them.
For something small, like a rabbit or.
There are other things. It's just there's your standard things. There's you going out for the goose, the sharing goose kind of thing. You come back if you can get as many of those as you want. Common things that are just standard feed for the populace. But on that board there are particular things. If you see any, if you see a stag or something this far up in the woods, you get a way bigger price for it.
Erilon crosses his arms, eyeing up the largest beast contest, and he looks over to Geillis. Well, I think we should start with something a little bit lesser, just so you can get out, so it's not so strenuous. So
She whispers to Erilon, I don't care about the animals. And just writes her name under the rabbit and walks away.
just pinches the bridge of his nose and uses the quill and writes. Just one eye open as he's pinching the bridge of his nose. Just Erilon, Xyloshian. There we go.
And what you guys are signing off to is they go out 3 times in a week in larger parties and everything, and you sign up for one of those, and you'll go out and whatever game you get. If you happen to run into the largest piece, then you can bring it back. Well, you're gonna have that granted to you.
Like a bounty.
So,
It's just an ongoing contest, really.
and the next one is in a few days. One had just left, so you still have to hold off for maybe 2 days.
Erilon will let the miners know that he did that. Just because he's an extra hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because he's doing so much with miners.
He's working so hard over there.
Well, puking, but
Yeah, there you go. And you guys head back over to Deximus, and he says, "Yeah, I'm headed back out there. And the next one, though, I'm going to take the next. I think that might be my last one.
We'll
I
see
think
you
it might be
then.
my last one.
Do you have a place to stay?
No, I just rented a room here. It's the cheapest place, and if you're
No. Come with us. Come with us.
all right,
Our place is currently a shithole, just so you know.
It's a little lonely. She doesn't say that.
Listen, you save that for later.
Deal with the currents at first.
you guys head out of the mountain excursions
A little deflated. She thought she was going like right now.
right away.
She's getting the old cabin fever.
She's past cabin fever.
She's like cabin insanity.
Yeah. She talks to people that aren't there.
But elves don't do very good underground.
Not those
Especially
kind.
crazy ones
Not the right elves, anyway.
who see their dead husbands above ground.
Rat row.
No. That's a
To be fair, I established he is there.
Fair. Right, you saw him. But did you tell me that though?
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
because you went crazy trying to talk to him.
Right.
Now that I thought about it, there was something at the magic shop that I was gonna ask about.
Yep.
Instead of dancing shoes.
Ah,
For Nonny, her clogs.
We are the dancing shoes.
I was listening to that song on my own. Not that one. That's it.
Does he have anything along that line?
Get some spice.
if you would have asked anything, he would have offered. The only thing he has in stock is a pair of boots of levitation. They could be remodeled into clogs of levitation.
I don't know if you can tell me that.
You see Nonny like, wee!
That'll be perfect.
Considering you guys are going into business, perhaps he'll give you a little bit of a discounted rate. He can. He offers to you 500 gold for the clogs of levitation.
Yeah,
All right.
for the sheer entertainment.
You're gonna give levitating shoes to someone you can't keep track of as it is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them another access
You're
to
a
run
glutton
away
for
on.
punishment.
Yes, I am.
All right. He.
If we're gonna make this entertaining, let's crank it up to 11.
He boxes them up for you. These clogs of levitation. You can see runes down the side of them in this. Say, it's footwear. It's floating. I would say in a blue sheen. No, green, because she wanted green.
Yeah.
Green sheen. There you go.
I was gonna say, can they at least have like the flashiness, the flashy bulbs in the heels?
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
So
God,
perfect.
Neon underlights.
those things were so tacky.
It's so good though. Imagine
And-
getting those combined with a set of Heelys.
Dude, just imagine that, like in a dark, like if you go to like a dance party or something in the dark, you just always see like.
And you guys, after coming out of the various buildings and doing your tasks, kind of meet at the base of the ramp to the crystal sphere. Opposite to that is the staircase that goes back downwards to the tram. Or there's over there is to where the tram is, and the stairs that go back up to other districts.
How long has it been since I got into the water?
I would say it's been about 5 hours.
Am I dry?
I would say you've dripped dry by now.
Okay.
Hair is still mildly soggy.
Yeah, I still look pretty bad. I went to Deximus and say, it's time for a bath.
Are you at least wearing normal clothes again?
No.
Okay, so not your stolen clothes?
No, the lady at the dress shop said I looked terrible and gave me a free dress.
That was nice of her.
She was.
She wasn't wrong.
So you guys immediately see his name, Frank, holding a bunch of boxes. Ravim there walking beside him, and likewise, Ravim, you see the rest of this rowdy bunch.
We found them.
They make their way home eventually.
So, okay.
Whatever happened to Dermot?
Oh, he's around.
Okay.
He's around.
Dermot, that was the name I needed to
I thought he
remember.
left.
Balls.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be
Sort
all
of.
pissed off. Since
See, I
his
knew it
face got
started
wrecked.
with a D.
He hasn't really been there
I
a
had it
lot.
in my head, but I just didn't know the full.
Yeah,
Or
I
not.
don't wanna
Oh,
kill
right,
him.
or now retired with Galen, right?
Yeah.
Right, he did.
He
Yeah,
did the
Stumpy's
thing.
gone.
I should have gone with him.
Stumpy.
Stumpy retired.
So, okay. You have been trailing these guys. You've trailed them this far. Now, unless you wanted to try and get into the group between District 1 and the mine where they're headed now, there's going to be other means for you to do that. Unless you had an idea about that.
I think, yeah, just at this point, he's probably where he's found out where they're going. He's going to try and kind of weasel his way in.
Once they get there.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
So, like, he's not going to immediately, just as soon as they're through the door, he's not going to immediately, like, be pounding on
Hi,
the
I'm
door.
Joker.
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
Who are you? Who are you?
what-
I don't want your soul.
Wait a minute, you're a salamander. Get the fuck out of here.
From your sources, you know they've just put out a word for hiring a cleaning staff for the house, as they are in need of cleaning staff again.
He kicked out the others.
Yeah.
They've also
Technically,
hired
they quit.
people to work in the mine. So they got mostly dwarves, but there's a second group that was brought in that isn't all dwarves. That hasn't completely finished, and there's still some calls for that.
Okay. I think probably what he would do to try and be as conspicuous as possible, he would probably try, especially where he wants to know information, he'd probably try and get in on the cleaning staff.
Sounds good. Easy enough. You're a Dragonborn of the Salamander type. It seems to be their kind of gig. They're kind of both.
Mhm.
They kind of are the brains behind most of the stuff, but they also do a lot of menial labor. They're looked at in two different kind of sorts.
Just kind of depends on where they're at.
So you're
Socially, yeah.
easily enough. It takes you 2 or 3 days to get in, but you are in the house doing the cleaning. Now, do you have any experience?
Where, as part of his travels, he would have, for like room and board, he would have had to do menial labor stuff, like doing dishes, sweeping floors, that sort of
You're
stuff.
working with the likes of Nonny, so I don't think
Yeah.
you could probably break a plate a day, and I don't think it'll be an issue for her.
Yeah, pretty much.
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, it's just like, you broke a plate, okay.
As long as you stay out of the kitchen, you can touch your food.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, avoid the
Alright.
kitchen, just watch the dishes while you're there.
And that is where we will end for the evening. Thank you for watching the Death Needs Dialogue Entertainment Network. This has been The Depths of Fel'Than, Episode 16, Love, Riddles, and Smooth Skin, Part B.